So in number 4, the word of. When of is followed after a fraction, is following a fraction, like 4/5 of, that means 4/5 times. Of is a times word. Not in every sense, right? Like if I say, there's a lot of paper in this book, well, that's no multiplication. But if I say half of my book, or 3/4 of the class, or something like that, or even percents, 60% of the problems are correct, etc. Of means times. So now knowing that, it says 4/5 of the soup. How much is the soup?
4.5.
4.5 quarts. So it says 4/5 of the soup is what they served. Okay, we'll come back to that in a minute. So can you work that up for me?
Yeah.
4/5 of the soup. Before you even dive into that, what if we made it easier? If I said half of the soup was served and there was 4 quarts, how much did we serve? You're not listening to me. If we made it easier and said there's 4 quarts of soup and we served half of the soup, how much did we serve? Say it.
2 quarts.
2. 1/2 times 4 is 2. So we're going to multiply those because we know of means times. And after yesterday, you should be pretty good at this one. Caleb, what'd you get?
I got 3 3/5 or 18/5. 3 3/5 or 18/5.
Right? 4/5. This has to be improper. So that's times 9/2. 2 goes into 4 twice. 18/5. Well, if we're talking about servings of soup, this does make a little bit easier to understand that it's equal to 3 3/5. So what did we just find? They served 4/5 of the soup to their friends. So this is what they served. Each serving is 3/5 of a quart. Now listen how I read that. 3/5 of a quart. It doesn't have the word of in it, does it? But it certainly makes sense to have it in there. So each serving is 3/5 of the quart. So let's use different numbers. We'll come back to that. We serve 6 servings. Serve 6 servings. That's not really, sounds silly, but that's okay. There's 6 servings. And if Hector says that each one is 2 quarts, how do I figure how many servings there are? If there's 6 serving and each one is 2 quarts, how many servings are there? Natalia? 3. What'd you do? What operation? You divided, right. So what does that mean? We're going to take 3 3/5 and divide it by what Hector said was 3/5.
Okay.
Figure that out. So, Victor, I'm going to repeat this for you, and repeating it for everybody doesn't hurt. What we just said is we figured out that 4/5 of the whole soup that was made is 3 3/5. Okay? And then we said, Hector says each serving is some amount. Well, if there were 6 servings and each one was 2 quarts, how many servings would there be? We said we just divide 6 by 2, right? There'd be 3 servings. So that told us and helped us to know that we would divide those two numbers, and that's what everybody's doing right now. Italian?
Do we have a simplify?
Simplify? Well, I'm gonna write this better so you can see it better. Remember, in dividing fractions, you gotta make them improper. First one stays the same, second one flips, and it turns to multiplication, so we can cancel if we can. And that's where the simplifying should happen. Okay? Okay?
Answer.
You got the answer? What do you have?
6.
6? 3 times 5 is 15, plus 3 is 18, times, flip this little guy over, 5's cancel, 3 cancels into 18, the answer is 6. So let's talk about the whole problem here for a second. So you're cooking soup, there's 4.5 cups total, or quarts in that total soup. 4/5 of it gets served. So 3/5.
I'm leaving.
Okay,
I should have coverage, but if I
Okay.
don't, will you call to the office?
for sure.
Thank you.
Send my
I will.
sympathies.
I
Thank
will.
you. So we got 3 3/5 amount is served. Well, now if I'm dividing it up by servings, that's what's happening here. So we get 6. 6 servings. So was Hector correct?
Yeah. Wait, no.
Well, first of all, the problem says he's incorrectly saying something, right? So those words, is he correct? No, he's not. Why, what is the correct number of servings? 6. So what do you think Hector did wrong? Was that one of you, or was that a lawnmower? Jackson, was that you? It was, wasn't it? Terry, what do you think he did wrong?
After timing 4/5 times 4 1/2, he just stopped.
Oh, very good observation. He got this answer. So he didn't take into consideration how much each size of a serving there was. Okay? Yes, Natalia.
I did it a whole different way.
No.
I got the right. I don't know what I
You did the whole problem or just the yellow part?
The yellow part.
What'd you do?
So, an 8 over 8 times 5 over 3. But I forgot to cancel 3 and 18, which led me to 18 over 3. And so then I simplified it and I got 6. But I had
That is so not a whole different way. It's correct.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Cece?
Couldn't you also do, when you're canceling 3 and 18, can you do 6?
Say it one more time. Wouldn't you also do 3 with what?
When you're canceling 3 and 18, couldn't you also divide them by 6?
No.
No, because you can't
So
divide
small
3
and 6.
by 6.
Oh, yeah.
You're thinking ahead knowing that 3 goes into 18 6 times.
Yeah.
But they both do not divide by 6. They both divide by 3. Okay? All right, one more.